Hello. So, not a strange video, so to speak. How many times do I need to say that in my videos? Obviously, that's nerves. That is. I know sometimes I repeat certain words to almost buy myself time, because sometimes, like these things, like even though I'm just talking to myself in effect, it can be. It's nerve-wracking, but you're worried about stumbling on your own words and stuff. And as a natural warrior, that's what I do. So I just wanted to talk about almost recharging yourself, making yourself feel better, raising your vibration is another way of wording it. And I'm feeling quite good today, but I don't know about you guys, but when I tend to do things that make me feel good when I already feel good, if you get me. Like, because I seem to have the strength and the I wouldn't say courage, but like the energy to do them. And yet when I feel bad, I do more bad things to myself, so, self-sabotage, self-destruction, things like that. So today, had a really great morning, really great sleep, changed the sheets on the bed, which is always nice. But I've just been to the gym, read some of my book, been to the gym, and straight away felt drawn to come and sit in the forest. By pure timing and chance, I actually found a bench that someone's made. Don't know whether it's a homeless man or what, but don't want to think too much into that because again, creates worry. But yeah, it was cool anyway. So I just sat and meditated, sat on the floor, funnily enough, because I mean, as spiritual beings, living this physical existence, we do have certain things, like when people talk about star signs and things like that, certain things that do recharge us. You'll notice yourself that you're doing it all the time, whether you go for a walk with your partner or you go to the beach. You want to be instantly within the elements. Well, the elements, earth, fire, wind and water, or the four basic elements, are what each star sign is, I don't want to say derived from, because if I'm honest, I haven't done too much research into that. I just know I'm a Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign. Earth signs tend to be bound to like the earth, quite grounded, or they're supposed to be. But that being said, you can do certain tasks and certain things to really aid. It's not like a firework. You're not going to get this surge of energy like you've taken a class A drug or something. You're just going to get a subtle energy that helps diffuse your negative energy into more positive energy, really. I like running is very grounding, but that can be quite healing for any sign, any type of sign, because you're an air sign. You need to be in outdoors. Earth sign needs to be around sort of nature, forests, anywhere quite grounded. Feel their feet on the ground, so water signs, be around water. So a lot of us will find the beach, for example, kind of caters for them all, because if you take your and there's science surrounding it, and I'll post it to my Bridges spiritual counselling page, but there's science surrounding taking your shoes and socks off and walking barefoot, because there's a certain ionic charge, any scientist will tell you, from the Earth's core, which is made predominantly of iron, if not all iron. Not a scientist, as you can tell, but we are quite small in comparison to the Earth and to the Earth's core. So you imagine what that charge is doing, but in effect as well, there's we are 70% water. Being 70% water, what does the moon affect? The moon affects the tides. Just working out which patch of mud I want to walk through in my new shoes. But the moon affects our moods. Some people go, I can't explain it, but I'm feeling really drained or really tired, or I'm feeling quite angry, or feel like I'm just repeating old patterns. That can be to do with the moon. Also, there's something called Mercury retrograde. We won't go too much into that one because that one seems to affect a lot of people, but it's that gets really far into the astronomical ways of working. But yeah, if ever, I know I've done a video on breathing, but if ever you want something to kind of recharge you, I know people say exercise and that, and it's really strange. I don't know about anyone else, but I get quite resistant, and sometimes I know exactly. Bear in mind, I know what to do to make myself feel better, as most of us do, I suppose. But I'll fight myself. I'll be like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm fine. I'm raising my vibration at home, and I mean vibration because your cells are constantly vibrating. Things like sound healing are very good, which is why we like certain music, all of us individually. If you look up on YouTube as well, HZ, it's like, you know, is in the same frequency hertz. Listening to those sorts of frequencies before bed or whilst you're asleep are actually really useful. I've done a module on sound healing, and it's crazy what it does, because your cells are vibrating and they almost shock your cells into realigning into their natural vibration. The Earth's frequency is around 7.89, I think. Fascinating stuff. There's a lot of research behind it all. But another way of raising your vibration and making yourself feel better. But getting on to the original subject is, you know, just go for a walk in nature. I'm walking around this forest, and do you know, I've lived here for 3 years. I've known this forest here. I've ran through the forest, but now I'm embracing it. I know I've done a video the other day in the forest, and part of, if I'm perfectly honest, because I'm a human being, part of posting it was more vanity, really, because the video looked great. There was like a lot of orbs and a lot of sunshine coming through, but the video itself was probably a bit too aggressive, maybe not quite on point, which is fine. I'm learning every day. So yeah, you know, you don't just have to go to the beach to recharge yourself. Walks in the forest, you'd be surprised actually. I live around the National Forest, sort of Derbyshire way, but if you go to the Peak District, you go to Hoppus Woods, Cannock Chase, you know, those places, really, really good, you know, really recharging. And they're really old, ancient trees as well, which contain a lot of the Earth's energy. I just think it's, I'm just going to turn around. And I just think it's, they're real useful, free as well, so they don't cost you anything, tools, without having to worry about things like meditation. I meditate, I get that, but it was like training in the gym. It took years to master it. Some people it happens a lot quicker, but there are actual meditation classes and that can help you and aid you within that. As a quick alternative and a less, I don't want to say meditation strenuous, but I suppose it can be if you're struggling with it. A less strenuous alternative is to just go for a walk, go for a nice walk, forests, parks, and maybe sit under a tree, sort of close your eyes, take a few very deep breaths, and then just breathe out the negative that you've got going on. Breathe out. And it will, even if it disappears for 10 minutes, it disappears for 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes of your day without having to worry and think and actually get rid of anything that's troubling you. So yeah, it was just a more of a helpful video, more of a tool I wanted to sort of run by. And I was going to sit and do it, but I felt quite inclined to carry on walking whilst I was doing it. I'm not going to say I'm lost, but I'm quite enjoying the exploration of the forest.